This is just an outright showstopper. Really excited to be featuring this card. Recently assessed by PSA, this is just about the nicest PSA 10 that we've had a chance of brokering in memory. This is like at least a couple years since we've seen one that it can compete with this one at auction. Absolutely glistening throughout. It looks like a pristine candidate from a print and surfaces perspective. We have about a 1 point centering shift right to left, and maybe another 1 point centering shift top to bottom at most. If you've studied this issue, there's something about the print. This is one of those examples that, man, it just pops. The color is so vibrant. Not that others that are more subdued are printed wrong, but some of the Jordan rookies, they just have a color that is infinitely more like crisp and bold. The print, it's just got that sharpness to it. It's not like the other ones are out of focus. It's like this one's just so much more crisp. And I don't know what it is. There's a subset of the production run that was just done better, and this one is definitely from that. And so I think that's a big deal. It's not something that's very measurable in the technical grading, but from the eye appeal perspective, this one really jumps off the page. That combined with the fact that the centering is so nice, and that the edges and corners are so great, we've given it our above average designation, which is just not something we do very often. We're saying this is in the top 30%. It's probably conservative. It's probably a little better than that. But of all the Jordan rookies that we broker, this one is definitely in the upper echelon. And for us, it checks a lot of boxes that you just don't ever see checked. We have a micro print dot. The only print fault we can see is this little teeny print dot here to the lower left of the bulls. Other than that, the corners and edges are truly immaculate. I mean, it's about as well struck from a cut perspective. I mean, these edges are amazing. Absolutely wonderful. Just the most micro little bit of chipping perhaps along this edge here, and it's like very minute. That's just a manufacturer issued, of course, and it's just part of the natural rough cut. But corners look about as good as you could ever hope for. But again, for us, the vibrancy of the print and the color really sets this one apart. From the back, every bit as nice as it is from the front. It's fun when we're dealing in these upper echelon cards. When we get these examples that are just so far superior, it's really worth celebrating. They don't come along like this, and though the market doesn't have a PSA 11 to actually kind of like correlate the nice ones from the others, it's worth noting that Beckett, which has their pristine grade, the perceived market value on a Beckett 10, which would be the one grade above the PSA 10, is in the multiple six figures range now. We have people who are trying to acquire them getting turned down in that range. So it's anyone's debate of like, where should a PSA 10 that is of such high quality, sort of bridging that gap between pristine and gem mint, like where should its values be? And this is a card which will give us a chance to really test that question. We really feel this is in that upper echelon of PSA 10s, far superior to what is typical and worthy of a premium price. So we'll let the market dictate that. But we're delighted to have this example, and we wish the prospective investors the best of luck with the bidding.